Hey everybody, happy Monday evening. Oh my goodness gracious, I am so thrilled to be with you tonight. I'm so excited about this super precious time that I have so been looking forward to. I'm seeing you guys hop on, give me a little hello and tell me that you're here and all this kind of good stuff. Oh my gracious, I am so jazzed about our time together tonight. If you are joining us for the very first time ever, my name is Brittany Vickery. I am the founder and CEO of Initials Inc. And tonight I am welcoming you into my home right here in the heart of Georgia. We are about an hour north of Atlanta. And that is also where our home offices, our corporate offices are also. Hello, I'm seeing all of you guys. Oh my gracious, happy Monday, right? So I'm coming to you from my home tonight because I just truly want this to be an opportunity where we are sitting together like gal pals, having a great conversation tonight about a lot of things that are happening right now that make right now such a really, truly precious time and important time for you to be doing some really specific things. I'm loving seeing you guys hop on. So you guys know, if you are a rep with us, you know I love a good news story. So I want you, while we're waiting on everybody jumping in, tell me something great that happened to you today. I'm going to try to keep up with it on the comments as they're flying in, but you know I love a good news story. You know I love to hear some great things. And you know, because you've already probably, hopefully, joined us this morning for Monday Mojo, that you know how I feel about Mondays, and you know how I feel about how they set the tone of our week, and you know how I feel about how absolutely profound they are to what we are doing for the rest of the week, right? So if you've had something great happen to you, I want to hear about it. Today should have been a remarkable day for you to really and truly do something fabulous. I'll start first. So in terms of something awesome, we got to come back into the home office this morning after a rockin' BBS weekend on Saturday, and we got to relive the event on talking about highlights. We got to review everything with our amazing team that our reps love dearly in our support department. We got to talk about takeaways that everybody had, things that really resonated with them, things that were just those powerful moments. And that's what I love about our Initials Inc. events, is that it's not just for our reps, right? Also, our staff gets to be really energized and excited about everything that's going on. So many of them had some really amazing things that happened during that event that they shared with us as well. Ooh, Brooke, I saw that. New rep already. We've got oodles of you that are already kicking off the sponsoring fanfare. I don't know any other word to call it. It has just already hit the ground running, and you guys are absolutely crushing it. Millie, I see you already have a new team member. We've got several of you that have multiple team members as of today, and we're so excited about that. So I know today was a really awesome day for so many of you. Worked on building your business. Oh, I'm seeing that, Samantha. Talking with someone about becoming a rep. Awesome. Judy, you're working on it. Fantastic. So many of you have done some really remarkable things, and you've done that today. And isn't that awesome that every single day we get the opportunity to decide how great my day is going to be? Jackie, I see you. I know you've already had a new rep enroll today. Ooh, look at you. Entered a $500 gift certificate, doing a fun football poll. Oh, how fun. Look at all of you. You've had a really rockin' day today, and I love that. I absolutely adore that. So if you missed the first little part when we were jumping on, my name is Brittany Vickery. I'm the founder and CEO here of Initials Inc., and I am so jazzed to be welcoming you from my home here in Georgia. We are just north of Atlanta. It's also where our corporate offices are literally just a few miles down the road from where our family lives. I live here in Georgia with my amazing husband, Darren. We just celebrated rather, 24 years of marriage. How awesome is that? In December. And we have been sweethearts since college. So we have two children, Pierce, who is 18 and a senior in high school, all the senior mamas, you know my heart about that. You are feeling it with me, I am sure. And then we have a daughter who is in the 9th grade. Her name is Blair. So I am a mom and I am a wife, just like so many of you, right? We live here, we've got a dog, and we just got a new baby kitten, and we're living life, and we are rocking some things out in a really amazing way. And I can so identify with where so many of you are. So I want to share just a little bit, brief history of our company, and then kind of catch you up on why right now is a time like none other. I'm telling you right now, we are living in a season that we have never lived in before, and I think it's so important. So I want you to roll it back with me a little bit, if you will. I was a restless stay-at-home mom. Pierce, who is now 18, was 1 year old the month I bought my very first embroidery machine. I also bought a 6-foot folding table and set up that 6-foot folding table and that embroidery machine in a spare bedroom in our home, just a few miles from where this home is today. And out of that little desire for a little hustle, that little desire to do something more, became an absolutely unbelievable life journey for me. And I say that because it truly has been so much deeper than a business. And I know our reps that have walked this journey with us for years can attest to the fact that this is so much deeper than just a business. What I did not know all those years ago were the lives that were going to get interwoven with mine. The women who just loved a great monogrammed purse, or just really thought a personalized blanket was the jam, or just really desired to have some personalized products in their own life, that their lives would get interwoven with mine in the most magical, beautiful of ways. I'm telling you, it is absolutely remarkable when I look back at what that little 6-foot folding table and that one embroidery machine and a spare bedroom, what I have learned during that time. It has absolutely been amazing. So during that season of when I started my little cottage business out of my home, very much like our reps do today, I had no clue that this army of direct selling women were going to come around me and say, hey, I love your products. Have you ever thought about letting other people do what you're doing? Well, I had not, but I thought it was a pretty brilliant idea. And so we regrouped and rethought, and in 2005, February of 2005, this month we will turn 16, we launched and signed our first 10 reps on an evening in February that I will never forget, in a sleepy little town in Texas, right? And we have been off to the races ever since. We have learned so much in our almost 16 years, but the thing we have learned the most, the thing that I take to heart the most, is that everything around us may change, right? Our product line will forever be improving. The way we come to market in the world will forever be improving. Every single thing that we are touching from a business standpoint will forever be getting better and improving. But the human spirit is just alive and well as it was 16 years ago today. The entrepreneurial journey that women want to go on is just as alive and kicking today as it was 16 years ago. But I'm telling you right now, there has never been a time of opportunity like there is right now. There has never been a time of opportunity like there is right now. We are literally living in a time of history making endeavors. And I want to walk with you a little bit through that tonight, because I'm going to share some statistics with you that I think are going to blow you away. If you're a stat girl and a number girl and you want to kind of know the nitty gritty, we're going to jump into some of that tonight. But I promise you we're going to wrap up by 8:30, so we're going to watch our time, right? But I want to share with you why right now, the time is right now. It wasn't even a couple of months ago. It isn't even a few months into the future. I'm telling you, it is literally right now. We are standing on the place of where it is right now, because we're in the midst of making history right now. You guys are buying groceries online, right? You all are getting an outfit online. You're getting an entire education online. I can attest to the fact I've bought the most expensive pair of shoes I've ever owned in my life off Instagram. Who am I? What girl does that, right? But we are getting degrees online. We're buying cars online that are getting delivered to our driveway. We're purchasing homes sight unseen online. Are you guys getting, you picking up what I'm putting down here, right? Are you getting this? For crying out loud, we're doing our life online. We are doing everything online. And I'm just telling you right now, we are living in a time that is like none other. I'm going to tell you something that's probably going to blow you away. The average amount of time that the American is spending on their cell phone. Ooh, some of you are like, oh, I'm feeling her hot breath on the back of my neck. She's calling me out. What do you think the average time that an American is spending daily on their cell phone? I'm just going to drop it because I'm not even going to let you kind of wonder about what that is. 5.4 hours a day on our cell phones. 5.4 hours every day is what the average American is spending on their cell phone device. Let's think about that. Let's do some quick math. When you take 5.4 hours a day and you multiply that out by 7 days in a week, are you with me? 37.8 hours in a week we're spending on a device. You guys, that's almost like a 40-hour work week. Can we think about that for a minute? It's like a 40-hour work week, which means we're almost spending a whole nother full-time job on a mobile device. Now, you can sit here and we can judge it and we can talk about if it's good or if it's bad or if it's everywhere in between, but the reality is, it is. Because we're buying groceries online, we're buying clothes online, we're buying things we've never even touched or felt or seen online. We're buying homes online, cars online. We're buying all of this stuff online, which is why we're spending so much time on our phones, right? 37.8 hours a week, almost equivalent to a full-time job. I want that soaking on you for a minute, because what if all of this idle time that we're thinking is idle time, right? What if this idle time, when you hear, oh, people are spending 5.4 hours a day on their cell phones, how can they do that? But I'm going to flip the script on that for a minute. What if we were spending 5.4 hours a day making money on our mobile device? What if we were spending that 37.8 hours generating income every week for ourselves and for our family? Now, you may be sitting here going, yeah. Brittany, I hear all of that. That sounds great to think I could make some money online, truly just online, but I don't have a marketing degree. I'm not a social influencer with hundreds of thousands of followers, right? I don't, maybe you don't even have a high school diploma. Well, welcome to the great equalizer, my sister. The internet, the smartphones, our time on these devices, it has leveled the playing field. I truly believe this is tip one of why I believe now is the time. Talk about the great equalizer. No one's asking you for what your college degree is when you are repping a brand online. No one's talking to a social influencer and asking them how many degrees or notches in their belt they've got. No one is talking to anybody about these things. What they're saying is, I see this person online. I see them repping a brand that they love. I love their energy. I love their style. I love their product. I'll have what she's having, right? That's what made me buy the most expensive pair of shoes I own off an Instagram ad, for crying out loud, right? It is all about alignment. It is no longer about this great qualification. It is all about alignment. Who are you? There's that saying that says your vibe attracts your tribe, right? I truly believe that. We are standing in a time where your vibe can attract the most amazing tribe, and you don't even have to live down the street from them. You don't even have to live in the same city as them. You don't even have to know them, for crying out loud, right? You don't have to have any qualifiers around any of that. Nothing. So let's go back to my 16 years ago. What if I had stopped 16 years ago and all of a sudden told myself all the things I wasn't, which in my young mother mind was so many, right? Oh, I'm a young mom. Oh, I'm not being the best mom I can be. Right? My mother-in-law has said a wonderful quote the night we had Pierce, who's our oldest. She came and sat on the end of the bed. It was profound to me. She sat on the end of the bed and she patted my legs and she said, honey, I love you and I know you are going to love this baby like nothing else, but I'm just going to tell you, the baby has come out and the guilt will come in. You're going to feel guilty working. You're going to feel guilty not working. You're going to feel guilty for making a parenting decision. You're going to feel guilty for not making a parenting decision. And she's so right. So when I roll it back to those brand new phases of motherhood that I was walking through by myself, right? I had an army of girlfriends around me, but it's a very lonely journey, this thing called parenting, right? So I'm walking down this journey, just my husband and I, figuring things out for my first one. And if I had soaked on all the things that I was not, think about all the things that I was stepping into, that I was becoming, that all of this army of women around me were called to step into, that we would have missed out on. Just think about that for a minute, gals. When we sit and soak on what we're not instead of what we are, instead of, maybe it's not even what we are. Maybe you're sitting in a place tonight and you're going, yeah, but you don't know me, Brittany. I'm not there. Like, I'm not in the headspace to do this yet. I'm not in a place of abundance and ready to go rock it out. I'm going to tell you right now what I tell all of our reps, and they know it. Momentum demands movement. If you want to create momentum in your life, then you've got to move. You got to go before you feel like you're ready. You got to move before you feel like the time is to move. You've got to start before you're qualified. I firmly believe that God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, right? You've got to move. When you want something different, you show it in your actions. Period. You show it in your actions. So I'm going to tell you, if I had walked back on those 16 years and I had stopped doing some of those things, we would never be sitting here together in my home, right? Having this conversation. I would never have had the opportunity to walk with thousands of women over these 16 years in some of the most remarkable ways and seen some of the things that I've seen. I'm telling you, in 16 years, I've seen a lot, and it doesn't hold a candle to what we're yet to see. I have seen women pay mortgages. I've watched them put groceries on the table. I've seen them pay for soccer lessons. I've watched them dig their families out of debt. This past week, we got to celebrate one of our great senior reps bought a home, for crying out loud. Another one of our senior reps surprised her husband with a truck. I mean, you guys, this is like real life stories. We're not talking about some made up pie in the sky thing. We're talking about real women, just like me, just like you, that are walking this path together, right? We're doing this together. I'm talking about first generation children being able to go to college because their mom chose to start a side hustle. Can we just have a moment about that? Talk about generational impact. We're not talking about just the impact you're making right now. We're talking about generational impact of what your children are watching you do. And you may be sitting all alone right now, working virtually from home, right? You're still checking the box. You're still getting a paycheck. Praise God for all of that, right? You may be sitting here thinking, I've lost all that. I got laid off. Don't know what I'm going to do. Collecting unemployment. Great that they're helping us out a little bit more, but I'd love some more help. Fantastic. You might be sitting here going, Brittany, I've got all that. I'm good. Financial peace is not what I'm really concerned about, but man, am I longing for some connection. Golly, what I would do to have an army of women around me that cheer me on. We just spent a weekend talking about collaboration, not competition. I'm telling you right now, collaboration is where it's at. It's where the money is for you. It's where the magic is for you. And it's where the marvel in what you can become exists. When we learn as women to collaborate instead of compete, when we learn to pull each other up and out, ooh, girls, that's where things happen. Because you all of a sudden begin to see yourself in a new light. And guess what happens? Everybody around you does too. Everybody around you will start looking around and going, what's going on with her? She's like amazingly different. I'm noticing a pep in her step. I'm hearing her talk about herself and her potential differently. I'm hearing her begin to, dare I say, dream. I'm hearing her talk about taking her family on vacation, or that she's been able to pay off debt. What's going on with this? What is she doing? What's going on? So here's what I'm going to say. I think the real question here tonight is, why can't you have a piece of that pie too? One of the things that my sweet husband Darren says is, we don't want the whole pie, right? There's a whole pie out in this great world. We don't need the whole pie. We just want our piece of it. You just want your piece of it. We want our piece of the pie to be able to impact people the most. We want our piece of the pie to be able to create true, lasting, generational impact for you and your families. We want lasting change. I want your children to be able to look you in the eye one day and say, I'm so proud of you and the example you set forth before me. Do you realize the businesses that your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren are going to begin because you chose to start a little side hustle and watch them watch you dream? Can I even impart the generational impact of that to your family? I can't even quantify that for you right now. I can't put that into some words that right now this side of heaven are even going to make sense. But I'm telling you right now, It is where we have the opportunity to do. And there has never been an opportunity like we have right now to do that. And I can say that because I'm sitting in my home in Georgia, right? In my home in Georgia, speaking directly to hundreds of you right now. It will be thousands by the time this is over. And I'm sharing with you the immediacy with which you can create effective change for you and your family. And I'm telling you, it's just getting your piece of that pie. This is going to blow you away. You ready for another statistic? 2020, $861 billion were spent online with U.S.-based merchants. I'm going to say that number again. $861 billion in 2020 were spent with U.S.-based merchants alone. Just companies based here in the U.S. That's like us. Just based here in the U.S., right? Just based here in the U.S. But here, that's not even the biggest part. As staggering as that number is, and as amazing as that is to hear, here's what's going to blow you away. And that was only online sales. Only online sales. That's not taking into account all of retail. 2018 to 19, online sales jumped 15%. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, as a business owner and a serial entrepreneur, any business that has a 15% growth year over year, people are going to be knocking down your door to be a part of that, right? So from 2018 to 2019, online sales saw a 15% increase. Hold on to your hat. This is why right now is the time. You ready? From 2019 to 2020, it tripled. 44% increase in online sales in 1 year. Talk about the impact of one 12-month cycle. 1 year. It went from a 15% increase to a 44% increase in 1 year. Gals, we're sitting in early February. A 12th of the year is already gone. It's done. Let's choose to make the back half be anything you want it to be. 44% increase. It's staggering. So when we talk about why now is the time, this is what we're talking about with that. If that can happen in 1 year, imagine what this year of 2021 is going to be. Imagine what 2022 is going to be. Can we even get our head around what 2025 is going to be? Gals, I do not want you missing your piece of the pie. People are going to be online shopping, and we have an online opportunity right now. Why not you? There's a little axiom that says some people take what someone else is complaining about, and they're choosing to win with it. And I believe that's where we're standing right now. That's why right now is the time, right? All you're hearing is how, time on the phone is bad and the internet time is bad and all of this. It isn't slowing anybody down. We're spending $861 billion last year online. No one's stopping from this. So the question is, are you going to choose to lean in and win with it too? That's the question, right? Why not choose to say that you can do it? Why not? If I had waited to qualify myself to start Initial Zing, I had never sewn a thing in my life. I was the least capable human being to start an embroidery business. Can I just say that loud and proud to you right now in this moment? I was the least capable human being to start a sewing business ever. I had sewn a few things here and there, but that was about it. But guess what I saw? I saw a need in an area. I saw a product line that I knew was sellable, and I knew what I was capable of becoming. And I was willing to go shake the bushes hard enough and loud enough and often enough, sometimes to a deafening crowd and sometimes to a silent forest. But I knew what would happen if I stayed the course. I knew what would happen because I knew what I was capable of becoming. So I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter tonight if you're sitting here saying, I have no college degree, I have no high school degree, I work in, I don't know, I'm a police officer, for crying out loud, I can't do this. Yes, you can. The moment you start telling yourself what you can't do, I promise you, that'll be exactly what you get. So I'm going to say tonight that I want you to borrow a little hope from me. Borrow a little of my belief, because I believe enough for both of us, right? I'm kind of like that. I'm going to believe enough for both of us that if you have a heart's desire and you have a passion, you can set forth and create something like you never thought was possible. 1 in 4 Americans, 1 in 4 Americans are going to be earning their income online in 2021. 1 in 4, 25% of our population. Forbes magazine just came out this week with a study that gave the top 10 ways for you to make $100 a day. Can we just think about that for a minute? 10 ways for you to make $100 a day. And guess what number 9 was? It wasn't specifically about direct sales, but it said go sell someone else's product. Oh, let's have a moment about why it says that. Go sell someone else's product. Gals, if you tried to take the time that we've taken over the last 16 years to figure out product development, to figure out pipeline channels, to figure out international imports, to figure out building out a corporate team, to figure out order fulfillment and shipping and all of these things and packaging and customer service, it would take you years. It would take you 16 years like it's taken us. So the reason they say go sell someone else's product is because all you have to do is step in and make the money. That's it. We've done the heavy lifting, right? We do the product development. We do the packaging. We do the design work. We do all of the order fulfillment. We do all of that. We take care of the technology expense. All you have to do is go sell the product and we send you a sweet little $10.99 at the end of the year. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Right? So all you've got to do is figure out how do you align yourself with a brand that you're going to be really excited about. And I'm going to tell you right now is the time to do that. So I've shared with you several times throughout this live that we're turning 16 in the month of February. I am so proud of our team. I'm so excited about what we have done in the last 16 years, but I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't hold a candle to what we're going to be doing. And because of our birthday, because we're turning 16, we have a $16 online business opportunity that literally dropped today. You heard me right. It's the same tools, the same resources, the same access to all of the training and connections and back office and all of that stuff that our gals that have joined in the past for $200, $300, $99 get. You can get that tonight. You can get that for the next few weeks for $16. You guys, that's like the cost of a couple of pizzas, right? $16. You can enroll as an Initial Zinc rep for $16 and rep the brand you love completely online. Now, the reason I've spent so much time tonight sharing with you the online statistics is that we cannot not talk about the fact that we're standing in the midst of a pandemic, right? We are standing in the midst of a global pandemic. And I can confidently tell you right now, I'm leaning in to tell you this. I want you to hear me. I want you to lean in with me. We had women earn more money in 2020 than they have ever earned in their lifetime with us here at Initial Zinc. And they have been with us for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. You heard me right. They earned the most money they've ever earned in 2020. In the midst of a pandemic, when our world was shutting down, they didn't survive, they thrived. And that same opportunity that they spent hundreds of dollars on can be yours for $16. Now, we've got all the details about our $16 online business that you can snag on our website. Probably you have been invited here tonight by one of our amazing reps. She can share all of the great details with you. This is only going to last for a few weeks as we are getting geared up and getting ready to launch our spring and summer season. But the reason we want you to join now, the reason right now is the time, in addition to everything I've just shared with you, is that we are standing in the middle of our Farewell to Fall and Winter sales event, which has created daily sellouts of product. Can we talk about that? Every day. Our products this morning that we launched at 6 a.m. were sold out by 11, right? We've got a catalog full of products to sell, but we're launching a daily deal every day that is selling out every single day. We want you to come and be a part of that with us. The faster you jump in for $16, the faster you get to take advantage of the Farewell to Fall and Winter sales event, and the faster and the sooner you're making money, right? If you make sales Monday through Sunday, you're paid the following Friday. Every Friday is payday here at Initial Zinc. I want you putting money in your pocket. And when you jump in right now, you get to participate in our Farewell to Fall and Winter sales event. And when you sell $1,000 in your first 40 days, you get a $200 shopping spree. And our spring and summer collection launches March the 3rd, and you can spend it on anything you want. You can buy anything you want. $200 free on us. Go get it. I think it's pretty obvious why now is the time, gals, right? Now is the time. You are standing in the most heard of time in our human history where technology has been leveraged and has become the great equalizer among every single thing across humanity. And I want you getting your piece of the pie. I don't want you waiting until you feel qualified, because guess what? If you were like me, you never would. You just have to move. Momentum demands movement. I do not believe you're here by accident tonight. I believe you are here on purpose, and I believe to the tips of my toes that God has a very specific and precious and amazing calling over your specific life. Out of anything he could have done, he chose to create you right now. He chose to create me right now. And I believe that he did that for us to do some really awesome things together. I believe to the core of my being, because I've seen it happen too many times, that if you become a part of Initials Inc., we can help change your life. Whether it's sisterhood, whether it's extra money, whether it's connection, whether it's a spirit of accomplishment, whether it's you just resting in the fact of your worthiness, that you were called to be, I do believe that we can help change your life. And you've got an army of Aqua Sisters that want to rally around you like never before. Never before. Now is the time, gals. I want to welcome a record number of new reps, and we want to race right into 2021, celebrating your outstanding success. I cannot wait to see how many of you jump on with us. Drop us a note in the comments if you're joining us tonight. I cannot wait to see how many of you jump on board with us. And I'm just so grateful that you have jumped on with me tonight to join me from my home. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.